Hey there, Hoshpup here, welcome to another Ninjago 2016 summer review. Today we are reviewing the Rock Roader, which is set number 70589, with 406 pieces, and includes 4 minifigures, which are a Stone Warrior Swordsman, a Stone Warrior Scout, Lil Nelson, and Cole RX. As usual, let's start off with the minifigures. Lil Nelson is wearing purple, and has a ninja hood. He has front printing on the torso, as well as some back printing. His face is a standard little kid face which is featured in a lot of LEGO sets. And here's a better look at the back printing. We can see that he has a piece of paper pinned to his back with a picture on it that will probably be more relevant when the TV series episodes have been released, since we'll know why that's there. But for now, it's just something extra. Next up is Cole RX. He has front printing on both his torso and legs, as well as back printing on the torso. He's also got these unique arm pieces. They're slightly transparent, and they have like an earth or lava-ish pattern on them. It's really cool. His hands are also orange. I don't know if that's how he's gonna look in the new season. I guess maybe so. But yeah, this is a pretty cool minifigure. His headpiece has also got 2 colours, the black and then the grey, which I like. I think that's quite nice. Here's a closer look at his face. He looks pretty grumpy, and he has a green scar, which I would assume has something to do with when he was a ghost. I guess that remains. He's also got a slightly happier face that also has the same green scar. I like that LEGO gave him 2 new faces. The ninja quite sorely need more face designs. Poor Kai has had the same face since forever, and it's not even 100% accurate either. It's wrong, but still they keep it. But I'm glad they're slowly updating some of the faces. Like we've had Jay have a new face for the Skybound series, and of course Zane, when he became the Titanium Ninja, had a new face as well. And now Cole has had actually quite a few new faces. It's like the ghost one, and then this one. So yeah, I like that. Here's a better look at those arms, just in case you wanted to look at them some more. And now on to the 2 Stone Army minifigures. There are a few things I like about the new iteration of Stone Army Warriors, and there are a few things I don't. The thing I like a lot is that they actually added the shield, which they actually have in the TV series. They didn't add the shield for the final battle sets for some reason, but they have them. Well, they have one here, so that's kind of cool. The only thing that I don't like as much is, and I'll show you that in a second after we finish spinning the minifigure around, is that both faces for the warrior and the scout are exactly the same. Before, in the final battle sets, each type of Stone Army warrior had slightly different coloured face. Like they had like a blue one and a yellow one to denote the different rankings, I think. But these ones don't have that. So we will remove this guy's weapons and armor so we can better show you the detail of the torso. I think it's exactly the same printing as the previous iteration, but it's still good to show it. And here it is. It has front printing on the legs and torso, as well as back printing. The faces here work. They give the impression of the Stone Army, and they're not exactly the same as the previous ones. Like maybe in the future I'll do a side-by-side comparison video, but yeah, they do the part. The shield is just a circular disc with a sticker on it, and with one of these pieces on the back, and you can just clip it on and let him hold it, or you can do it the other way around and have him hold it like this, which is how they have it in the instruction manual. It's kind of the same way they did the Viking shields back when they had the Viking sets. The Stone Army Scout is shorter, which is exactly the same as how they are in the TV series. It has a pair of binoculars and a back piece which allows you to attach some more studs for the ammo for his crossbow. He also has a mask as well, a bandana, a dark red one. Here he is with the bandana pushed to the side and the hat removed. It's got exactly the same torso and face as the previous one. And why not just put the crossbow on him as well? In the TV series, these guys always carry crossbows, but it's interesting because they released this new crossbow mold that allows you to fire the stud. They've decided to use this one. I think it's a good idea. I actually don't think you're supposed to put 2 studs on his back. I think you're just supposed to put 1, but I put 2 because you always can use more ammo. Not that this tiny bow is going to do anything against the Rock Roader, but hey, he's going to try. Now moving on to the Stone Army Outpost. This small little build is quite nice actually. It's kind of what I expected more of for them to do when they actually did the final battle sets, but they didn't really create any structures for them, but now we've got something, so that's cool. It has 2 little spikes here on the sentry post position, I guess you could call it. It has a flag, which you can also tilt and move around. Of course, the main feature here is the mounted crossbow, which the scout can use to fire. Got a stud launcher, like so. And we have a scorpion here, to help show it's in a desert environment. And there is a... I actually don't know what you call these bricks, but it launches these discs. Call it a disc launcher. You have to... Nope, that's not working. You have to push it. Come on, 3rd time lucky. It's stuck. Push it. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you just push it. There's another disc included. It has a hole in it. You just slot that inside, and it clicks in place. The Nexo sets have a lot of those particular things. And here's a closer look at the top of the Outpost. You can probably only fit 1, maybe 2 minifigures. You can definitely fit this guy here. And at a push, you could sort of slot the other guy in at the side. But it's a bit cramped. You can also move it around. You wouldn't really want to do that, but you can. And yeah, I like this build. I like how it looks. It's got good use of the various shades of tan. But you're probably not here to look at the Outpost all day. So here's the main build of the set. This is actually a pretty large vehicle, and it has a lot of cool little features on it, and we'll just go right to it. First off, the quite obvious one is the suspension. This vehicle has a lot of suspension. Like, all 4 wheels have just a lot of movement. You can go up and down all sorts of terrain. Might even set up some bricks for it to run over. Let's see how it handles this. Very well. It just very easily goes over all of that. You could probably make a more difficult environment for it to climb over and it would still be fine. As you can see in the front, it can actually fit 2 minifigures. It has Cole inside here and also Lil Nelson. This piece is not meant to be here, by the way. I just stuck it here because it would just get lost, but this is just a little printed brick. Oh, sorry, not printed. A sticker brick, which has a Cole image on it. It's like some sort of trading card thing. Lil Nelson holds this, but we'll put it aside for 1 second. And you just lift this down to access the minifigures. There are 2 console pieces on the side to control this vehicle. Cole just fits in there, and Lil Nelson doesn't really sit, he just sorts of angles himself, lies down, I guess. But you can actually fit a large minifigure there and it will work. Like I had Zane in there earlier on. But we'll put Cole in here just to show you. It does work, and it still closes, and you can have someone in the driver's seat as well, so you don't have to have a small minifigure. And that's really nice. Not many LEGO vehicles fit multiple people, so that's cool. But that's not the only place you can put minifigures. Let's put Cole back. He needs to be driving this thing. There's also space at the back. You can lift this piece up, and you can fit Lil Nelson in the turret at the top. And once he's in the turret, he can control it. There's not really any controls, but it has this harness piece which I guess keeps him in. And the turret has 2 blaster cannons which can be fully articulated. They're on ball joints. You can aim them whichever direction you like. So that's cool. And there's also a feature in the front as well. We have one of those 6-shooters that shoot studs. I'm not going to fire it because you guys have probably already seen enough of these being fired in various reviews, but the way you do that is, like where my hand is, there's a wheel underneath, and you just, I don't know if you're supposed to really do this with your hand, or if it's supposed to hit the floor, like if you push it down like this. Yeah, it's probably meant to do that. Oh, we fired one. Might as well fire the rest. If it will do it. Come on. Got one. There we go. You heard it. You didn't get to see it. Anyway. So yeah, that's how it works. If you don't want to do that, you can just stick your hand under there and fire the wheel manually, like so. And that works, sort of. So that's fun. I mean, I like the 6-shooters. They look good on most models that they add them on. They give it a nice blaster cannon effect. It has flaps at the front as well. You probably don't really want to move them, but you can. The front has, of course, some lights, some more stickers. In the side, you can actually see a train piece being used here, but it gives it a cool mechanical look. There's also this piece. I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like a bendy piece of pasta, but it's silver. That's the best way I can describe it, one of those pasta pieces. That's definitely not an official term, but yeah, it's in silver. They have, I think there's only one on this side. Like, if we go on the other side, there isn't actually one there. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. I remember in the build, it did something. I'm actually forgotten what it does now, but I'll get to that in a second. Can't believe I forgot what it does. But that's not all. We can also lower this down and actually take this off. The turret can come off. So it fits on there. It has something to grip those bits, and it will now clip and pull it off again. And I guess it turns into a stationary turret or a flying thing. You can twist these around, I guess, if you wanted to, and it could become booster rockets. So that's interesting. Actually, never mind, I was wrong. That piece doesn't do anything, it just holds the wheel in place. So ignore what I said. Another cool feature though, looking at the underside of the vehicle, is you can actually pull this off, which is nice, and you can replace it with a drill at the back. Just take it off, and you stick it on the front, and I guess you can just put this on the back now, or I guess you can't. Okay, so no, you have to put this to one side. And now, if you don't want a 6-shooter, you can have a drill. The only issue is, this drill is too short. Like, watch, if we get a stack of bricks, and we put it in front of this vehicle, it can drill it, but if it was a wide wall, for example, I'm going to run out of grey bricks that we used to demonstrate the suspension. So pretend this is a solid wall. The drill can't reach. Oh wait, you can't see that. How can I have to raise the camera. Okay, so we've raised the camera up. So yeah, as I was saying, like, if it's a wide wall, the wheels are too big. The drill cannot actually get close enough to do any work. So the drill becomes a bit useless. It would honestly need to be a bit bigger to be able to do anything. But once you get rid of all the side bricks, I guess you can start drilling stuff now. But that's the only minor complaint. Can't forget to mention the flags. There are also flags on the back. You just move them around, angle them in whichever position you like. You can have them being aerodynamic, or you can just have them on the floor for some reason. These have some new pieces. Or I think they're new. I haven't seen these being used before. Maybe they're not new. I don't know. They're like these little wand pieces. I actually don't know what you'd use them for. But they found a use for them here, and they look nice on the flag, so that's all that matters, really. Oh, and the drill can also turn if you spin that wheel on the bottom. So it does that. So in conclusion of the Rock Roader, I like the overall design of the vehicle, and I love the Stone Army Outpost. I don't like the drill. I like the idea of the drill, and I wish it did work, but it's too short, and you can't actually use it properly unless you're drilling something small. So I don't know, we'll have to see how that works in the TV series. Maybe it is only for small things. I also particularly like the turret, Lil Nelson's turret. It's cool. I like that it can come off as well. Most of these vehicles seem to have detachable stuff, like Zane's Tumbler has something, and quite a lot of the other sets have vehicles which have things that come off of them, so I guess that's a theme. I also like that it can fit 2 minifigures in the front. That's fun. You can put anyone in there really, and you can go on all sorts of adventures. The suspension is really cool. I think that's a really good part of this vehicle. It's so fun, like driving it up and down various terrains, just building a bunch of obstacles for it to go over, and it will go over most things. Like what I demonstrated is only a small part of what it can actually do. And the way that it's built, it just looks really, really nice. And that's it. I guess one more complaint would be the stone army faces, but that's a really minor complaint. It's not really a problem at all for most people. So, that's it for my review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.